America, Tom Hand here with Americana Corner. Today we're discussing the election of 1800. The presidential election of 1800 was one of the most controversial and consequential in the history of the United States. It represented a true changing of the guard as the Federalist Party of Washington, Hamilton, and Adams gave way to the democratic Republican ideals of Jefferson and Madison, and took the United States in a different direction for a generation to come. The opposing candidates were President John Adams and Vice President Thomas Jefferson, a rematch from the election 4 years earlier when Adams had edged out Jefferson for the right to succeed Washington as Commander-in-Chief. The two men had once been fast friends when they shared the common goal of American independence and a common enemy in Great Britain. Sadly, when the goal had been achieved and the enemy vanquished, the two patriots drifted apart, as Jefferson came to resent the direction Adams and the Federalists were taking the country. While president, Adams kept the country out of war with Great Britain and France, but his Alien and Sedition Acts had been very unpopular. Perhaps even more detrimental to his chances of re-election were his public disagreements with Alexander Hamilton, the true party boss of the Federalists. In accordance with Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution, electors appointed by state legislatures cast 2 votes for presidential candidates instead of 1 for president and 1 for vice president. Accordingly, the Federalists put forth Adams and Charles Cotesworth Pinckney from South Carolina as their 2 choices, while the Democratic Republicans nominated Jefferson and Aaron Burr from New York. To avoid a tie between the 2 party choices, both parties asked one of their electors not to vote for the candidate they wanted to be vice president. The Federalist elector did as he was instructed and voted for John Jay instead of Pinckney. But the Democratic Republican elector clearly did not get the message. When the electoral ballots were counted in Congress, Adams received 65 votes, Pinckney 64, and Jay won. But both Jefferson and Burr received 73 electoral votes. Thus the dreaded tie had happened, and now the House of Representatives would choose the man who would be president. Next week, we will discuss how the House of Representatives settled the election of 1800. Until next time, may your love of country lead you.